Bang, what is going on, motherfuckers? Okay, if you don't like swearing, obviously this is definitely not the show for you.
Tap out.
Tap out. Here we are at If You Don't Know, Now You Know. My name is Mr. Hecker. Welcome to the show. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your love. So we'll get into the disclosure first because we've got to open it up. If you don't like foul language, I will not say the C-bomb, but there'll be a few F-bombs. Open conversations. It's rude, it's raw, it's whatever comes up. It's however it comes out. That's at If You Don't Know, Now You Know. Thanks for coming on the show. This beautiful guest I have right here, Briana. What's going on?
My pleasure. Yeah.
What's good? What's good?
What's
Actually, pull that mic up right.
Right
Maybe
up in
go
here.
right, sit it about there, and just turn that up a little bit.
Boom.
Yeah,
We
bang.
Good? We good?
Easy. Yeah, we're good. We're right to go. How you doing today?
I'm doing real good.
Real good?
Yeah.
How fucking good?
As good as it gets.
Damn, that's good. That's
Right
real
up there.
good. Let's go. Tell us a bit about yourself. Actually, no, plug us. Where can we find you?
Straight off the bat.
Straight
I
off
like
the back.
it.
We don't do the plugs at the end. We do them at the start.
I like it. Briana Bowley on both Facebook and Instagram. That's Briana with one N.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about OnlyFans?
Haven't got that platform
Haven't got
yet.
that
We'll work on that.
YouTube or anything? Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah,
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. the whole
Okay.
shebang.
LinkedIn as well.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, though. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for taking your time out of the day to come on the show.
My pleasure.
And get put through the Thunderdome. You know, who knows what's going to come up today? I had a bunch of questions I was going to, textbook script ask you, but I was like, fuck those questions.
I like it.
I'm pretty creative on the spot. Let's go that way.
Let's do it.
Let's do it that way. First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, where you started, how old you are. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So,
Nice.
personal freedom coach. So, I work with, basically helping people to get paid to be who they are, whether that be as a coach, whether that be as an athlete, a musician, an artist, whether that be as a plumber, right? It's about really helping people to recognize how their unique expression of self is the magic. It's the goal that they've been looking for. I think in this day and age, people get so caught up in having to fit the box and trying to be what society tells us we need to be that they actually they sweep under the rug the exact thing that's going to get them where they want to be, whether that be, in terms of the relationship they want or the lifestyle they want or the money they want. And so, basically my work is all about getting people to own their magic, to see what they're here to do, to see what their purpose is, and step into that so that they can have everything that they want.
Bang.
You?
There we go. Right. Do you practice that shit?
Yep. I mean, the whole drive here, I was just...
No, that shit down. Okay. I like it. What's this year hold for you?
This year for me is about grounding. Yeah, I've spent many years of my life living in the vision, living in the big vision, at the expense of really being in the here and now. And
There's no time like the present time.
yeah. And so, what I've really realized is that I've got to focus more on the details and focus on taking the steps and strategizing to actually create the big vision.
Yep.
So this year's really been about that, doing the things that I don't want to do,
Bang.
and not using the vision as the avoidance tactic. Yeah.
Okay. What's oh man, we won't get deep yet. We'll keep going. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. Where'd you grow up? Where do you live?
Yeah. Okay. So I grew up in Adelaide in South Australia. Yep.
Okay, right. The show's over. Bye. I didn't tell me you're from Adelaide.
Fuck.
Directors, cut the show.
Fuck. Do we have that bad a rep, do we?
No, it's all right. Kinda. Adelaide's cool, but
Yeah. It's cool for
if you live there.
Yeah. I was having this conversation the other day with a couple of friends who they live here in the Gold Coast, but they're from Adelaide. And, it's almost like this thing of we want to defend Adelaide when other people talk shit about it, but at the same time, we talk shit about it. So, it's one of them places that you kind of love to hate.
Yeah. It's an interesting place. I find people, I don't know what it is. I've been traveling from around Australia my whole life, pretty much everywhere. And just without being so judgmental, man, there's some weird characters down there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I remember like hanging around Queensland and stuff and just going down there as a young kid. And I'm like, even as a young kid, I was like, these fucking people are a bit weirder down here. I was like, nah. And then I was just like, yeah, no, they are, hey.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so what happened to you?
I don't know. Adelaide's it's a big country town.
It is. It is
Yeah,
a big country
it's
town.
a super backwards mentality back there.
Yeah. It's it's an interesting place. Anyway, we'll get off Adelaide's ass. Fuck. Poor old Adelaide people will see me and scratch my eyes out when they see me.
All my friends back in Adelaide will be watching this like, what the fuck?
What the
What
fuck?
are you trying to say?
I've seen those mad farmers down there. I know what you're like.
Yeah. Hard working place.
It
But
is.
no, I grew up in Adelaide, in between Adelaide and the York Peninsula. So kind of grew up a little bit country, best of both worlds. We would do kind of the weekends out on my dad's farm
Yep.
in the York Peninsula, and then
What do you have on that farm?
so we did a lot of like wheat and barley and that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
trucks and stuff coming in and out, exports.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Okay, I like. Yeah, I grew up from farms as well.
Yeah, so grew up riding motorbikes and all of that, and then we'd
All the
come
good
and
shit.
we'd come and do a week of school and whatever else back in Adelaide, and then
You went to school? I didn't go
I
to
did.
school. No, I went to school. I was there. I don't know if I'd say I did
you
the
weren't
school.
present.
Yeah, I went to school. I didn't do the school.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was okay.
I fell into that trap in the later years as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun game. Hey, now you're like, I can't read. That's what happened to me. I left school. I'm like, shit, I can't fucking read.
Oh, well, you're in a career now where you just get to talk.
I get to talk.
You don't need to know.
Yeah,
how
I
to
don't
read.
need to know how to read. I'm learning, but, it's not the most top priority thing at the moment. So keep going.
Where were we? Grew up in Adelaide. Spent, the last maybe 5 years or so kind of road tripping most of Australia, getting a bit of a feel for how different people lived in different parts of, the country.
Yeah.
Trying to find that place, because Adelaide's never felt like home for me.
Yeah.
Because it is that really small kind of town vibe, it hasn't felt like home. And so, I was kind of trying to find the place where I was like, this is it. And, came to the Gold Coast last year and was like, fuck, this is what I've been looking for. So, here I am.
Yeah, and I guess how did we meet?
How did we
Bridging
meet?
Extreme.
Oh, God. Bridging Extreme, yeah.
Fucking hell.
How did we meet?
How did we meet? Yeah. Bridging Extreme.
Yeah.
Tell us about Bridging Extreme.
Oh, my God, where do I start?
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Pretty much, yeah. Imagine getting chucked in a washing machine on spin cycle, and that was Bridging Extreme.
Yeah, personal development
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Bridging Extreme was, really opened up a lot of things for me. And as far as personal development, and, I've been trying to do that stuff for a long time now. That's personal development. When I look at it, like I look at all these courses and coaches and shit, I'm like, nah, that's it. That's the thing there.
Yeah.
That course, that's what real personal development is. Because
Oh, yeah.
I was like, these motherfuckers just put me in a NutriBlender and just fucked everything up. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, the second day, it goes for 3 days. The third day, the second day, I was like, fuck these assholes, hey, I'm not coming back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the last day was where they put you all back together and then mold you back and then, yay.
Yeah.
After the second day, I was like, sitting in my motel, I was like, you know what, fuck these assholes, hey. I ain't going back.
Yeah.
But that's what I needed.
Yeah,
I needed it to be like that.
It's hardcore. Like I've done 7 years worth of, personal development work, all different courses and whatnot, but nothing that I've experienced comes close to that.
Yeah, that was cool, hey.
Because, it's a difference of they make you do the work,
Yeah.
like you can't avoid that shit.
Oh,
Whereas a lot of the stuff I'd done previously, like it was all cognitive. And so you knew, like you had the knowledge,
yeah.
but you didn't, you
didn't do
weren't,
it.
Yeah, you didn't have
Yeah.
to do it,
Yeah, like I've done some stuff like that before, like really uncomfortable stuff, but not for that period of time. It's like, they have just like a one here to quit a segment in their training and shit where they just fucking blast you or put you out of your comfort zone like that. And then, okay, no, we're ease off. Yeah, they'll just like, fuck, where are these guns? Just we just keep
Right?
poking them here.
Yeah.
We just keep driving them, and that's that just straight uncomfortability that I endured over those days.
Yeah.
Just catapulted my growth, like,
Yeah.
and it was really good. I needed that.
Oh, yeah.
I needed that. I would recommend
It
it.
changed my life. Like and even I remember when we did Bridge, like people were talking about how there was, like they were referring to themselves as them before Bridge and them after. And like that's true for me now. There's Brie before Bridge, and then there's Brie after Bridge.
Yeah.
Two very different people. It was that, it was that big a transformation.
I was fucking down Queen Street Mall with my shirt off, dancing in the street in the middle of the day with a bunch of these guys in a course, and I'm like, I'm not even fucked up right now. I'm like, what's going on? And I was just like, it was a really cool time, and I enjoyed it. It was solid, and it took us out of our comfort zone so much, and
it was the best
experienced
fun
a level
ever.
of growth. Shout out to Preston and Alexi Smalls. If you don't know who they are, go follow them on Instagram, Facebook. I'll throw their stuff down here actually as well. Anyone that's looking to grow and educate themselves in a real way, not like this little like, oh, we'll pat you down and fucking give you all the things. Like, you want to just get some growth, like, go there, bang.
Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, can't recommend it enough. Though I'm like, do we tell them the thing? I'm like, nah.
Skim over that.
We'll just didn't happen. Pass it on. Anyway, if you go there, you'll get a surprise.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Enjoy that one.
Yeah, enjoy that one. Oh, actually, on that, what biggest takeaway from that? Biggest takeaway.
Fuck. Oh, how do I put it down to just one thing?
I don't know.
Oh man, how much I was limiting myself, putting myself in a box. Yeah.
Dun.
Yeah, that was the big thing, especially because, so how funny is this timing, right? Because I'd road tripped up from Adelaide to the Gold Coast, made the decision to move up here, road tripped, up over like a 1 month period, and then ended up in the Gold Coast the day before Bridge and Extreme. So kept going all the way up to Brizzy, and then that was basically my arrival gift. This huge transformative process. And I've totally lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Yeah, you're talking about like going to Bridge and stuff, coming up here.
Yeah, and so that was like my welcome gift to the Gold Coast, and it made me realise how much living in Adelaide I had shrunk down to suit my environment.
Yeah.
And how much, because it is that country town vibe, I think people just kind of, do what's expected of them. And so, that was the big takeaway, how much I was pretending to be smaller than I was, to not rock the boat.
Yeah, trying to like just skim around everywhere. Just avoid everyone.
I was sort of in this weird like paradox of like I was trying to do something big and change the game whilst fitting in with the crowd.
Yeah.
And like you can't do that. You can't do both.
Yeah.
Elevation requires separation. That's a Preston quote. I stole that one.
Okay.
But, and here I was trying to like change the game without standing out. Like, how the fuck is that going to work?
Fucking happen.
Yeah.
You got to do some shit. Got to kick some trees, You might get a few bananas fall out. Sometimes you get the whole monkey,
Yeah.
That's what I like. That I'm like,
I like that analogy.
Some trees, Sometimes you get the whole monkey,
Yeah.
Just expect some bananas, but, sometimes some idiot falls out with it as well.
Yeah.
But that's life, eh?
That's it.
Let's, where do we want to go? Where do we want to take this chat? Fuck it, let's just do the ones like, let's talk about the shittest time in your life.
Ooh.
All the times. Let's talk about some dark old
there's
days.
some dark times. Fuck. What is the shittest time of my life?
Alone, life's not shit, but we all have those moments.
Yeah,
you
for
look
sure,
back and you're like, fuck, man. I was like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck was I doing then?
Yeah, I think probably from when I was about 17 through to 20.
Yeah.
That was a pretty rough time. I was going through, I got bullied pretty hardcore in my later years of high school.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In Adelaide?
Yeah, yep. And, that was rough. Like I was in year 12 and I remember like I kind of never really felt like I fit in anywhere. So I was just sort of that person who would just like skim from group to group. And I remember spending a lot of like my lunch times and stuff, like just sitting by myself and not wanting to fucking be there. And then outside of school, I kind of found this friendship group who were, pretty deep into drugs and alcohol and like, bikie affiliated and all of that.
How'd that go? Was that fun? Yay!
Need I say more? Ended up in a relationship with one of these guys and felt like at the time I felt like I'd found my people because they
Did
just
he have the Southern Cross tattoo?
Oh, fuck,
He did too. Oh, no. Fuck, I guessed him straight away.
I think he did.
Nor did he have such as life.
No, he didn't have that. He did have a fucking horrible skull tattoo on the top of his arm. Ugh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
go
And his best mate's fucking name tattooed on his chest.
Oh, that's the guy. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that ended up being a pretty abusive relationship. And I kind of, I felt like, and this isn't putting anything on him because I allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
But he sort of really like closed me off from my friends and my family. And so it became this, codependent relationship where, I didn't have anyone else other than him. And so the fear was, I think about 6 months into the relationship, I was like, fuck this, I want out. And but I had nowhere else to go, like I was on bad terms with my family because they didn't like him. So I couldn't really go back and live with them.
I guess he'd pushed everyone away
Yeah.
as well. So then
Yep.
that was just you two and you had nowhere to go.
Yeah. And so,
Very
really.
manipulative by the sounds of it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we both were. Like, we were both as bad as each other, both deeply insecure, but both mentally and emotionally abusive of one another. And, so coming out of that, like, I got to the point where I was just at my wit's end, I was using drugs, basically just doing whatever I could to try and avoid how desperately unhappy I was. And then, it wasn't until I actually found fitness as a bit of like an escape, and that became a bit of an obsession, which kind of brought me back on the upward.
Yeah.
And, that gave me the courage and the confidence to get out of that. And that's when things sort of started to shift.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah, that's probably one of the tougher times.
Yeah. What was it like, I guess, going through that, trying to separate yourself from a guy like that and move through that? Like, an abusive relationship is not something, I guess from a woman's standpoint, it's probably not easy to walk away from.
Oh, no way. Especially when you feel like you don't have anything else. Like my self-worth was so low at that point that, and not to mention like, I tried to walk away a number of times, and the suicide card was always put there, of if you leave me, I'll top myself. And I loved his family. And so, it was put on me where I was like, well, shit, like if I end this and he ends his life as a result, then I'm going to have to carry that for the rest of my life. And I'm going to have to, look his family in the eye. And, so it was hard. Like it was hardcore trying to sort of navigate, being able to get out of that.
Yeah, navigate through that. I guess, what about yourself? Like mentally, ever struggled with anything like that in that area?
Yeah. As in
Depression.
Yeah. To be honest, and trigger warning.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm not a big fan of the term like depression. I think we experience depression.
See, I don't like even the fact that people call it mental health. I do because it needs to. Some people need to think. I'm more of a like. There's nothing mentally ill with anyone. Like nothing mentally wrong with anyone. It's just maybe just people get misled.
Yeah,
misinformation,
absolutely.
and it's just like they just go off track a little bit. You're not like mentally ill.
Yeah,
I'm like I don't. Although I do use the terminology, it's not something I like to I don't like to categorize people and say you're mentally fucking ill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was, and it was actually during that time when I was with him. I remember, not being able to get up out of bed in the morning and just really fucking struggling. And I actually went to a GP and said, look, I think I have depression. And thankfully, he said to me, well, tell me about your life. And he actually sat me down and said, I don't think you've got depression. I just think you're in a really shit, set of circumstances, and maybe you need to start figuring out how you actually want your life to look in comparison to how it looks now and start making some changes. And so rather than just, like I had gone to him wanting him to put me on antidepressants.
Yeah.
And, he sort of, he led me the other way, thankfully.
You got some good advice.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And that's like just people just getting poor advice. I all the struggles that I received in my life were just the accumulation of poor advice.
Yeah.
That's
for sure. Yeah.
Misled.
So and I mean, even like when I was 12, I went through similar, like really intensive online bullying.
Yeah.
And that definitely had me, I remember having like daily suicidal thoughts at that stage.
Yeah.
Luckily, I mean, my mum is a godsend, so she kind of got me through that.
Yeah, bullying's a real tough one, hey. Like I don't like bullies. I see a lot of bullies, that the older men that grow up that were the bullies in school and they're still trying to do it.
Yeah.
They done that's one thing that doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
I give a lot of empathy to a lot of men and everywhere, but that's why I don't.
Yeah.
I always should give empathy to them. Because for me, if they're still 30 odd and they're still trying to be like that, I'm like, there's actually a real lesson they need to learn. And so I just have there's no filter with people that are bullies. I'm just like, look, cunt, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, I won't put someone on blast, but I will put a bully on blast.
Yeah.
I will give him a spray.
Yeah.
And that's not something that sits right for me, eh? It's just, that's such a poor way to, especially at an older age as well, especially online. We were talking about this before, like, people that get on and, like, online bullying's friggin', like, yeah, it's there's speaking and then there's, like, people that are just, like, trying to cut everyone down. I'm like, come on, bro, give it a rest.
In saying that, though, I look back on all of my years growing up being, pretty horrifically bullied, and I'm fucking grateful.
Yeah?
Like, I really, like, I've got a hard head nowadays.
Yeah.
There's very few things that can actually rock me.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say that this is 100, this is true 100% of the time. That's not the truth, but I very rarely give a fuck what people think, you know, and I put that down to that when I was growing up, I tried so hard to be what people wanted me to be, and I still fucking copped it, so coming to now see that, it doesn't matter whether you do what everyone wants you to do or whether you just do your fucking thing. Either way, you're going to cop it. So you might as well do the thing that has you go to bed, and lay your head down on that pillow feeling a sense of self-worth and a sense of alignment. So I'm grateful for my bullies because they taught me lessons that without going through all of that stuff, I wouldn't be who I am. So, I'm grateful I got through it, and I'm grateful. Like, I have actually reached out more recently to a lot of my bullies and just said thank you.
Oh, cool.
Their reaction's been like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that just shows your level of growth as well and where you are,
for sure.
As a woman in today's society and where you stand with yourself and how true you are to the woman that you are and what you've grown into. So, kudos. Celebrate that shit.
Thank you.
Woo!
Take that.
That's a good thing to do, to celebrate that, because not many people would do that. I know bullies would do that to other people and hey, man, sorry, maybe I treated you that way. So you're taking that initiative on yourself, leadership, and you've pushed that onto them and be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We do better than this. This is not how we show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a powerful message.
And at the end of the day, like, hurt people. I look back on a lot of the people who did give me shit and, like, I'm like, fuck, you must have been going through some shit.
Yeah, definitely. It's it's now that you get to see it now, hey, it's like a lot of people, like, just like all these, like, whatever you say comes from somewhere. It's like, I guess I get a lot of people that know me from my past and, comment on things and throw certain shade at me or whatever, It's like when you get, working with people and, it'll probably progress as well, you really start to understand where everything comes from. So I just empathy, I'm just like, okay, I see where that's coming from. The thing that you said came from somewhere and I see where that came from. Yeah. That's okay, I understand that. So, it's just like sometimes they're like, oh yeah, I got one up on this motherfucker. I got him. I'll tell him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, yeah, man, it's so good. There's a different level to this shit. I'll see where it's coming from. It's okay. I love you, man.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
that's it. It's that's funny. I like that too.
Yeah.
I like being able to have that empathy for people. It's so important, hey.
For sure.
It's one thing I've learned.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, actually, on that, what's the biggest thing you've learnt this year? Other than you can't get coronavirus.
I haven't learnt that one. Biggest thing I've learnt this year. Ooh. Fuck. I'm going through like a filing cabinet in my head at the moment. Ooh. It's all us. It's all us. Like, everything outside of us is just a reflection of what's going on internally. And I feel like I've always known that, but, like, now it's like I know that. Like, it's, boom, anchored in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I like that one.
Dun, dun.
Another question. Oh, this is like a weird one. This is off topic, but.
Okay,
go. Do you feel like The Matrix? Do you know, like, the Matrix movie?
Yeah.
Do you feel like we could be in a simulation?
Oh, fuck yeah. You know what? So, me and my housemate watched, and I'm assuming this is okay to talk about.
Yeah.
Me and my housemate watched The Matrix the night before I went and had an LSD trip.
Okay.
And oh my God.
How was that? You got any more of that LSD?
I was watching it and I was like, because it was the first time I'd done LSD. And so I was watching it and going, fuck, should I be watching this? Like the night before? Like
that would have been a cool
I'm like,
night.
Fuck, this could either be like a really, this could be like a beautiful lead in to, taking LSD, or it could be, tomorrow be sitting there going, fuck, what,
Hanging on.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that an
It
experience?
was
Yeah,
good.
run
It
me
was
through
good.
that.
I fucking learnt so much.
Yeah, it's cool, eh?
Yeah.
I microdose of LSD and mushrooms. Not recently. I phase it in and out as I go, but yeah, I took these. I was chopping up this LSD, and I was, you got to. I don't know. I'm a guy. Sometimes even with the mushrooms, I had microdose of mushrooms a few times. And I got a bit lazy. I'm like, just throw it in my coffee, but just way too much.
Yeah.
Get in the car, and I'm like, I was like, fuck. You knew. I was like, you knew.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm out there, and it's been a couple of times of just like must have got it, because I get it, chop it all up, the LSD into like real fine little bits of paper, and you shouldn't feel it like that, like fucking just go to work, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm like, it took too much. I'm like, that just fucked my whole day up.
Oh my God.
But there's been so many times I've just aced the mix, like I've been microdosing, and I've just went to town on my work.
Yeah.
Holy shit, like one day I just went into my office and I just worked
and
I finished it like 12 hours later, and I was just like, I just fucked up everything in my business. Just went, man, I tried to do it again the next day, and just the dosage was off.
Yep. Yeah.
I got stuck watching UFC in the morning. Like legit, I was watching UFC in the morning. I spent my whole day watching UFC. Whole day. My partner got home at the night time. She's, were you here this morning, weren't you? I was like, yeah, shit, I watched every fight. I was like, I went on this trial, and it was like 8 o'clock at night. And she's like, get the fuck off.
I can totally see how you go down that rabbit hole though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly where it leads. But yeah.
Yeah.
Those medicines, as I call them, are powerful.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Stuff,
like I thought I consider myself someone who's fairly self-aware and really, takes time to be present with my surroundings. But fuck, like when that LSD started to kick in, I was like, I've been walking around with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
Like I was actually mad at myself for a period of time where I'm like, I have never really seen.
Yeah, and experience that full sense of feel.
Yeah.
Hey, like you see everything,
Yeah.
you hear everything. It's so crystal clear. And it's, see the people will have this persona around it. It's like, oh, I don't know, I'm going to lose control. I'm like,
nah.
You need to. Like you're just hanging on because you in your mind, you're like, if I can't control all this, it's not right.
Yeah.
You don't have to have control all the time. Fuck it, sometimes let go.
Yeah.
Take the hands off the steering wheel and see what fucking happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? Control is only ever an illusion. We think we're in control. Fuck, we're not in control. No way.
Actually, sorry, I'm going to go back to my question about the Matrix because I got way off topic there. Yeah, someone asked me that question the other day, and I was like, oh, I was like, pretty much, I feel like we are in a simulation.
Absolutely.
Because of this. This is the simulation. You jump on here, you can be whoever the fuck you want to be on 10 different platforms.
Oh, yeah.
You get to create whatever you want to do. And this is, I guess, I call this the Matrix.
Yeah.
You get to get on here and be whoever you want, create whatever it is that you want. So I think we are in this. I picture myself in a simulation.
Yeah, for sure. I think we are.
Yeah, we're just on this. But I don't like the terminology of people. Yeah, I feel like everyone is in a simulation. But are you playing or are you part of the game?
I think we're both.
I'm playing the fuck out of this game. That's what I'm doing. I ain't sitting. I'm not one of the props in the game. I'm the motherfucker with the Uzi.
I think we're both. I think, again, it's that illusion of control. We think we've got control, and we're just pawns. You know, we're just pawns on the chessboard. So yeah, I think both is true.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we went way off track there. Actually, plant medicines. You tried any plant medicines? While we're on that topic.
No. That's something that it's funny. I'm a big believer. It's been calling me for a long time, but it hasn't quite fallen into place. It's always right at the last minute. There's a cancellation, or so I think it's one of them things when the time is right.
Yeah,
know?
I feel like that stuff finds you at the time that you need it too.
Absolutely.
Don't go rushing it or feel pressure
Yeah,
to do any of that stuff. I feel like all of those things find you.
Yeah.
When they need you.
Absolutely. I've done Cambo, which is it's not a plant medicine, but it's the lead.
I've done the Cambo. Fuck.
Oh fucking Jesus!
Man,
that shit is hardcore.
I did the Cambo, the sangria, and the one they put up your nose.
The
fucking blow the thing up your nose. They get a little.
Yeah.
But we did them all in one go.
Yeah, yep.
All in one sitting. So I did the Cambo, the frog. They put the dots
you still
on
have
your
scars from it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The frog, and then the sangria is the one they put in your eyes.
Oh, I've done that one.
That one.
Yep.
And then I did the and then the one that they blow up your nose, all in like the same 20-minute blocks.
Is that Harpe? Is that
Harpe, yeah. We did them all. Like, and I got off the plane in New Zealand, rocked up, and we had to go do this thing, got a feed and shit, and went there. And I was like, sweet, we're going to do some Cambo, fucking do some frog and shit. Oh, man, I didn't know they were going to burn my eyes and fuck up my nose. I was like looking at Lenore, and I was like laying on the ground, this mat, and, I was like looking at him like, this fucking asshole. I was like, he didn't. I'm looking at, the ladies going around, shout out Matilda, much love. Going around, I'm like, this fucking assholes who burn my eyes. I was like, I just been on away. I'm like, we're not burning my fucking eyes. And then she's like, okay, now just put this thing up your nose. And then fucking blew that thing up my nose. It was like my whole head lit up.
Yeah.
And shit, it was heavy.
Yeah. What was your experience like with Cambo?
Oh, she was powerful. Oh. It's like, and, plant medicines are, do them safely, do them with people that, you trust and can hold that space. Don't just go fucking around with that shit. But for me, such a powerful tool, hey. Those things, you use them properly and respect the medicine, such a powerful tool. It, for me, really, it broke me. It broke me in all the right ways, and it brought out the best of me. It fucking just broke me down, hey. It's like, because I try to hang on to everything. I'm like, I'm hanging in there. And Lenore was laughing at me. He's like, yeah, bro. I was looking at you. And he's like, because you purge. You purge up and you spew and it breaks you. And he was laughing. He was like, I could see you holding on. And in my head, I was like, nah, fuck it all, bro. Hold on here. And I was like, resist. And then, like, she just must have taken a couple more dots off and punched a few on there. And fucking I just went for it, hey. You purge up and get all the shit out. And it's like, fuck, it's heavy experience, hey. But it is so good.
Yeah.
The next, like, after that, man, that was just another level up.
Yeah.
What
was my experience? Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Sorry I'm just going on a rant tangent here on
my
experience.
You're good. I'm loving it. It much the same, actually. Really, like, letting go of a lot of that control, that illusion of control. I remember to begin with, I was like, this is fun. Like, there was a part of me which was like, this was fun. And then it got really full on for me. And the funny thing was, so we did it in a group setting, and this woman came in who was a stranger, and she walked in with just a complete guard up. And we kind of went around the circle and introduced ourselves and spoke about what we were looking to get. And funnily enough, her name was Brie. And I'd looked at her and I was like, this bitch, like, she's so fucking guarded, and what the fuck is she doing here? And just like put all this fucking judgment on her. And then as we went around the circle, she spoke up and was like, I really struggle with confidence, and like, I'm really, I'm inviting Cambo into my space to really help me find myself and find my identity and learn to love myself. And I was like, fuck, I have so misjudged you. Like, here I am going, what a fucking bitch, because she's walked in with this wall up, not realizing that it was a defense. And then anyway, as you said, Cambo makes you purge, and I was purging from both ends.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting on the fucking toilet, like,
fucks you up, hey.
I'm sitting on the toilet, like, destroying it. Yeah. And then next thing I hear, someone in the cubicle next to me doing the same, realized it was her. And it was this really bizarre moment of like, wow, like, we're just human.
Yeah.
Like, we're just human.
It's like, you have no control in that situation, hey. Like, I had to fully, like, I let control of things.
Yeah.
That's like, you have no control. You just got to let it take you, hey. And that's what it just like crushes down your ego, that whole like power. And it's like, you just fully feel your body. It's like, bro.
Yeah. And because I was so focused on being put together. So having this kind of perception of her, and then next thing we're both in a cubicle side by side, like fucking destroy,
Yeah,
separate
going for it.
cubicles, just destroying this toilet. And I was like, wow, like way to completely crush my ego and make me realize how much, like, when it comes down to it, we all bleed red, we all shit, like we're all just human. And and then I had this moment after where by this stage, I felt like shit, but it wasn't like, it wasn't horrible, like it was bearable. And then towards the end of the ceremony, I'm there like curled up in a fucking ball on the bathroom floor, just wanting it to be over. Like I felt like I was on fire, and I felt like I'd been in a level of control up until that point. And then it was literally like I was begging for it to be over because it was so, like, I thought I was going to die in that moment, and I just got to the point where I was like, fuck this, and I let go. And as soon as I let go was when I had one final, like, big projectile vomit.
Yeah.
And then it was done.
It was done, hey?
So it was like the moment that I let go and stopped trying to fucking control everything and stopped trying to be put together, that it all just fell into place.
It breaks you in the right way, hey?
That was a big lesson. That was a fork in the road for me where it was like, okay, like,
bang,
this is you,
that
Brie.
level of growth you get out of something like that and experience, it's hard to explain, hey? Like, you try to talk to the people about this and you're like, man, just... go do it. You'll know, man. You'll know. Like, I wouldn't send you in there, do something like that, or suggest something like if I didn't think that you were really going to value something out of it. It's like, why would I get value out of it? Go and sending you somewhere to do something fucked up. Like, I don't want to just come back and, like, you tell me it was shit. I want you to come back and tell me how much that experience, like, I fully embrace that stuff, hey?
I told my mum about it after, and she was like, you did what?
Yeah.
You what? You put frog poison like in your lymphatic system and shat yourself publicly? What? Like what? And why would you recommend this to me?
Yeah, it's heavy, eh?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, we'll get off that one. That's a rabbit hole we could go down for days.
Right.
For days. You've obviously been in the fight scene as well for a while. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about some people, some athletes that you've worked with. Run us through. Let's plug it. Let's plug it. Like, give me some flex. Give me some flex. Tell me who you met.
Oh God, who have I met?
Yeah, who you met out there in the fight scene?
Probably
athletes, like athletes in general.
Yeah.
You've come across quite a few people.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a few conversations with Alex Volkanovski.
I like him.
Yeah, he's what is he now? The featherweight?
Yeah.
Featherweight world champion?
145 pound.
Yeah. Really good dude.
Love him, man.
Really good dude. Like, probably the most humble, just down to earth, beautiful man I've ever met. Alistair Overeem.
Yep. He's cool. He's a big motherfucker, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Big dude.
Yep. Jessica Rose Clark.
Yeah.
Did some work with her. She was the first combat sports athlete that I really worked with intensively.
Yep.
Who else? A lot of world champion kickboxers, that sort of thing. Probably less well known.
Yeah.
I think obviously the MMA scene's more like the well known kind of guys. But yeah.
Well, how do you go working with fighters? Like, how's it work? Like, what's that feel like? Working with fighters different. Obviously, it is different. The fighters are a very different breed of people. Like, to have to get in there and just love fucking punching someone out and kicking someone in the head, but then also love getting kicked and punched and be able to stay composed. Like, that's not for everyone.
That's what I love about the sport, though, that it's, like, you are literally coming up against, like, biological instinct, survival instinct, and at the same time trying to perform at your peak.
That's what I love about it too. I love all sports, but I'm like, yeah, cool. Yeah. They got to be crafty. They got to be athletic and shit like that. But I'm like, a fighter, like, that's why I have so much respect for it. I went and tried some of this shit and, I like training and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh shit, man. I was like, this just ain't something you can roll out of bed and do. Anyone can pass a football and stuff and get good at that. You have to have a certain level of skill. But like, you do all that, be fit and all that. Oh, okay. But at the same time, I'm going to kick you in the head. But just stay calm.
Yeah.
Stay calm. But then try to punch me back.
Yeah.
But you can't hit me.
Yeah.
But stay calm. Stay calm.
Yeah.
Stay composed.
Yeah. It's hard.
Don't run out of gas.
Yeah.
Like, there's just such a level of talent. Like,
totally.
When you go try, like, this is why MMA is the only sport I watch. Obviously I got into it and I started going, trying to do a little bit of training and stuff like that. And I went there and I was like, the level of respect I gained for the men that do it, going and trying playing it and then going and like watching, I'm like, yo, like, that's a athlete. For me, MMA fighters are like, that's legit. That's highest peak athlete you can get, especially at that top level.
Not to mention, like, outside of the sport itself, like, you add in, most people wouldn't be seen fucking dead on a stage in front of the world.
Yeah.
Right? In front of 100 people, most people wouldn't want to get up on a stage. UFC fighters, they are literally put in a fucking cage in front of the entire world.
Yeah.
Right? And on top of that, they have to do, you know, like, that in itself for most people is scary as fuck. Like, would never do it.
Yeah, bash that other guy's
and
head.
Then on top of that, they have to get punched. They have to, I mean, you know, we hear these horror stories of people who've been choked out and literally shat themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and so, like, there's that risk of embarrassment, you know, all those biggest fears, and they have to do all of that in front of a fucking global audience. Yeah. Like, that's some badass shit.
Fuck, yeah, it is, man. It's crazy, hey? What about, let's talk about, what's your message to the world? Like, why? Like, what do you want to do? What's this?
The message?
Yeah.
Is just be more of who you are.
Be more of who you are.
Yeah.
Such an important one that not many people lean into. Trying to be someone else is draining. It's hard.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
We were just talking about it before, like, we got on here. It's like, yeah, if you're a bit weird, you're a bit fucking weird.
We're all a bit fucking weird.
We're a bit fucking weird. I'm like, see these people trying to be cool. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. I really think that our goal is always it's always like right here. You know?
Yeah.
And like we're out here looking for it outside of us all the fucking time. It's right here.
Yeah.
Like, come back to yourself. You know, when you come back to, like, and embrace your fucking weirdness and all the shit that makes you fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, then when you access that, you can have whatever it is you want outside of yourself. But stop looking for it out here. Like, it's not out here.
Not out
you
there,
know, like, how many people do we hear about who, you know, they're out there, you know, grinding for the money or grinding for the bitches or, you know, like,
getting
out
the
there.
bitches.
Yeah.
I see this guys, I'm going to get all the bitches. I'm like, shut up.
You know, and they want the cars and they want the house and the swimming pools and the private jets and all of that shit. And it's like, cool, that stuff's fun, but, like, give it 3 months and you're fucking over the Lambo, you know? And then all you've got is yourself. And if you're not fucking happy with who you are, then you are fucked.
Yeah.
Like, you're just on a hamster wheel.
Yeah, I'm like, just simple motto, happiness over everything.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think Gary Vee said that too. Sorry, Gary Vee, I stole that off you.
Yoink.
Yeah, happiness over everything. That's how you win. Like, legit, you want to win at life, happiness over everything.
Absolutely.
Like, don't try, like, make that some big fucking philosophy. Just keep it real simple, happiness over everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm blessed at the moment that I live in a household with 5 other people, and we live in this beautiful mansion, if you will, with, you know, overlooks the water. We've got
what you got in your fridge?
all the good stuff.
Yeah, mansion's got a good fridge. I'm like,
it's one of those.
That's
fridges
the most
where
important
it's
bit for me. I just want to know what's in the pantry.
Yeah. No, it's one of those fridges where, like, you can fill your water and everything, ice. You name it.
Come around and fill my water bottle up. Yeah.
You know, it's got a filter, all the things. The things. It's touchscreen as well.
Oh, fuck, right.
But yeah, you know, we live in this beautiful house, and then, you know, go back 6 months ago and I was homeless, living in my car.
Yeah, actually, quick, let's fucking go on that. Can we talk about that? Let me finish. Okay, I'll let you finish.
Fuck. And complete polar opposites, and yet, like, none of it means shit. Like, I was just as happy living in my car as I am, you know, living in this beautiful home.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean shit, you know? It's what's in here.
So remember when you told that to us in Bridge, you got up and you're like, I've been living in my car. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, yeah. I was like, just way to own that shit. Bridge got up and just was like, just got enough confession. I've been living in my car.
Yeah. And you know what? It was so funny because, like, that was one of the rough times of my life, for sure. It was a rough time, but it was the most fucking beautiful time of my life as well. Like, I saw the country, you know, I got to do all these things that no one else has access to doing because I just didn't give a fuck. Yeah. You know, like, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to make it work. Living. And it was really funny because all of my friends at the time were like, bragging to their friends, like, this is my friend Bree, she lives in her car. And I was carrying, like, this slight level of shame about it. Like, I was like, yeah, I fucking live in my car, you know? And so I was kind of like, shut the fuck up. But, you know, everyone thought it was the fucking coolest thing ever. Meanwhile, I was in two minds about it. Part of me was like, yeah, I live in my car. You know, I get to see Australia. But then, yeah, there was a big shame around it. And, you know, now I look back, I'm like, fuck, they were some cool times.
Yeah.
Like hard, really hard. There was a lot of days where I was like, fuck, like this is rough. But, yeah, wouldn't change it for the world.
Hell no, fuck that. Eh?
And you know what? Like coming from that now, like living in this beautiful home, it's like, oh yeah. Like, oh yeah, I can appreciate it so much more. You know, like I wake up I go to bed every night. I wake up every morning and like wake up in my room and, you know, have a view out into our gorgeous backyard, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I'm just so fucking grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck man.
Because of where I've come from.
Yeah, exactly. You had to live in your car. I'm like, when you told us that, I was like, man, I got so much more respect for you. Just for, not only for like saying it, but just owning it as well. Because that's a hard thing to do. Like, to just get up in front of everyone and be like, hey, you know, I've been hiding this. You know, I actually don't have a house.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, man,
yeah,
that takes courage, hey?
Yeah.
That takes courage. So
that was fucking scary admitting that, especially because, you know, that was a bridge graduation.
I was judging you. I was like, fucking hell. No. I was like, shit, man. I was like, I didn't expect that.
Everyone was sort of doing their little graduation speeches and everyone's on this high. And I was like, I was not feeling it. Like I was standing on the side waiting for my turn to make my speech, and I was like in and out of like tears, and I'm like,
I was nervous, eh? I was like, these fuckers.
Yeah. And so, you know, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to kill the mood. And I was like, all right, Brie, like, no, like shake it off, like get on their level. And I was like, no, I can't fucking pretend that I'm in a good place when I've got this thing like sitting in my throat that I haven't spoken up about. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to fucking own it. And if it brings the mood down, well then soz, not soz.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, that was actually like a big thing. Like I came off the stage and people were like coming up and like, whoa, you know, like you said to me that it completely changed your perception. And yeah, you know, that was huge. That was huge for me. Good
for getting up there and saying that as well. What's something that really fucks you off?
Oh shit.
Something that pisses you off. Oh. Be brutally honest.
What does piss me off? I think shitty communication skills.
Oh, welcome to every woman's life.
Oh man. Man, like, and you know what?
Is that triggered by men mainly?
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a yes. Come on, don't fucking sugarcoat it. Yes, guys have shitty, poor communication. Not all, but some. Most.
You know what? It's both. Like, I think men are very direct. Like, when men do speak up, they're super direct. And I love direct. Like, I'd rather someone just be fucking cutthroat with me than fluff about and, you know, walk on eggshells. So when men do speak up, they are on point.
Yep.
Whereas women tend to be a lot more, you know, like, let's dance around it. They speak more, like their communication's a lot more consistent, but it's a lot more like fluffy.
Yeah.
You know, and so women it's both.
Women in the story, like, I'm like, okay, don't like just tell me the thing. Don't tell me there you went to the shop, you brought a coffee, I seen fucking Sarah, oh my car had to get a fucking flat tire, all the shit. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I always, like, sit and observe. I'm a massive observer, and I've been sitting at tables many times. I'm like, you could have just told that story in, like,
you know what, though?
Fucking 30 seconds, but we've been here for 15 minutes listening to you. All of the shit in between led up to the thing that you said. Like, there's, like, just cut that bit out.
Yeah.
Tell the thing.
You know what? Because that used to piss me off as well. Because, I mean, I grew up with all boys.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I'm used to really direct, clean cut, here's the fucking point kind of conversation. And so I actually went and did some research into why women do that. And what I found out was that men figure out what they want to say first. They figure out what the point is to their story first, and they say it, right? Whereas women actually figure out what their point is through speaking.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I mean, I catch myself, particularly when I'm more in my feminine, I think I'm pretty balanced in my masculine and feminine, but I definitely notice when I'm around the girls, like I get a lot more like, I'm just going to talk for the sake of talking, and where is this actually going?
You know what's crazy, hey? Like, man, no offense to girls, but when, like, you go to, like, breakfast places and shit, and there's a whole table full of girls. I'm talking like 10, 15 of these motherfuckers. They're all sitting there. And it's like, there's 10 conversations. I'm like looking, I'm like, how is this happening? Like, I've been in the middle of one of those tables before, you know, going partners and like all the girls. I'm like sitting having breakfast. I'm like, this girl's having a conversation with this guy at the end. This one's having one with here, but this one's in one with this one as well as this one. And then I'm like, okay, this communication is like, I'm like, can you just fucking move up there? You move up there, have a conversation, finish your fucking conversation over there about what you did on the weekend, then fucking swap over here. I'm like, is this like a pack of glass just going hundy for it, eh? And I'm like, how the fuck? I'm like, how is this happening? Like, it's crazy, eh? I'm like, they're just full of friggin', you know, expensive coffees, and they're just going for it, just cutting loose.
I love though, because the polarity of that is you see blokes catching up, and it'll be like they'll just be sitting there going, you know, like, how you going, mate? Good. Yeah. You? Not bad. And that's like that's a full blown conversation for them.
That's it, eh? That's all it is. It's like that's enough. That's all we need, you know. It's it's okay. We'll get because we're getting close to an hour. We'll finish up the last couple questions. What's a quote? Always finish with a quote.
A quote, fuck.
Come on, give me some.
I did a podcast last week, and the dude was like, "You have so many quotes, Brie." Like, I just rattle them off without even realizing
Something you
them.
live by. Something you say by.
Oh fuck. Okay. This is one that I'm really vibing of late, and I'm gonna butcher it. I know I am.
That's all right.
We're children first. Don't surrender it. Master it.
Bang.
Right. So like, don't lose your child. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Man, what do you wanna tell the people out there? Is there anything you want to leave them with? Because we'll do this again too. This is just take one, and take two.
What do I want to leave the people with? I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but yeah, just fucking be who you are. You do you, boo.
You do you, boo. Yeah, that's the most important thing, hey?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, sweet. That was good. That goes so fast, as always.
Know.
I'm like, man.
You're like, that's an hour? I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah. No, it's like 50 minutes, but it's like, you know, time you wrap it up and everything, like, yeah, you just that 10 minutes goes so quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck it, hey. That's it. That's the show. Until the next one, guys. I'll wrap it up. Thank you for listening. If you could leave a review, subscribe to our channel. Much love. Thank you. We appreciate your time. Go check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Support us. And yeah, if you want to get more content like this, man, just keep on listening in, because that's what we do here, serving it up. Thank you very much for coming in. Say goodbye.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Boom. That's it. Get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Oh, sweet.
That was fun.